Does Airbnb really work? Well, you tell me. I just made 5 grand with 4 listings in Fresno, California in 1 month. Wait. Fresno, California? Yes, Fresno, California, of all places. So I think it works. Here's the deal. You're going to love this video because I'm going to teach you how you can make money with Airbnb. Like, comment, and share it right now. I've been doing Airbnb for 5 years now. I've loved every minute of it, and I want to help you make more money than I ever did. So in the beginning, when I started doing Airbnb, what I was just doing was a room out of my home. So essentially what we call that in real estate investing is house hacking. So instead of having a roommate, I just put my listing on Airbnb and boom, people were booking it. So that's exactly what you can do with Airbnb, or you can list your entire house. It's just as simple as putting it on the website. So all you got to do is take some pictures, put it on the website, and let the website do all the marketing for you. You don't have to put it up on Craigslist or on Facebook or throw it on YouTube, nothing like that. You don't have to market at all. Airbnb has the name and the brand for you so that you can just go ahead and put it on there and people will start finding your listing right now. One of the most common questions I get is who wants to stay in an Airbnb, especially in Fresno, California? Don't sell yourself short. Maybe you live in Las Vegas, maybe you live in Podunk, Iowa. There are people that need to stay in an Airbnb because they're looking for short-term stays. They're tired of hotels. They're tired of having to check in and not having a kitchen, not having, a proper living room. They want to feel like they're at home. They're away from home. They're either on vacation, they're traveling, they're there to see friends and family, or maybe they're there because they just want to get away from friends and family. That's one of the things that Airbnb is great for, is helping you feel like you are at home. People don't want the hotel experience anymore. They want the at-home experience. Now you have to decide if you want to do what I did in the beginning, which is house hack and just rent out one of the rooms that is in your own home that you currently live in, or if you want to maybe use a rental property that you already have, or find a rental property or a home that you can rent out the entire house for Airbnb. If I were looking to maximize my profits and make this the best type of business possible, I'd be going the entire house route. If you live in a house and you're just tired of paying your entire mortgage, renting out a room is a great option, as long as it's a safe house, a safe place for these guests, and a safe place for your family as well. The best type of place to rent out just the room is someone who lives by themselves or is living with their spouse and has no kids. Now let's talk about money. Whatever your rent or your mortgage is, double that, and that's usually what you want to aim for when it comes to the gross rent that you're going to be bringing in through Airbnb. So if I have a mortgage that's $1,300, I want to be bringing in at least $2,600 for an entire house to get really great profits. There's going to be the expenses that you have to take care of, like your electric bill, your utilities, internet, garbage, all the things that usually you would have to take care of yourself if you were living there. You still have to take care of those things for your guests. There's nothing they're going to pay for except for a cleaning fee. That's what's really cool about Airbnb. Not only can you name a price for the nightly cost, you can also name your price for a cleaning fee. My suggestion, go in, clean it yourself for the first couple times so that you know how long it should be taking, but don't make that your job. You want to make this as passive as possible. Bring in a professional cleaning company, have them do it in between guests, and that way you're covered with the cleaning fee so that you don't have to front the bill for that. So you're probably wondering, Kyle, okay, $2,600 minus my $1,300 rent, plus you got these expenses, you got these cleaning fees, like what really is my final profit at the end of the month? Well, let me give you an actual real life example of my last month. This last month with just one property, I had a gross rent plus cleaning fees totaling over $3,500. My mortgage was $1,100, my cleaning fees were $400, and my overall expenses were just under $500. And mind you, that was a couple of things that I wasn't expecting too. One of the things was an electrical issue, another was a plumbing. I had to bring a plumber in. So there was actually more expenses this month than usual. And look at that, despite having these extra costs and expenses this month, I still profited over $1,300 in just 1 month with one property. That way outweighs just a long-term tenant where you might make $200 to $300 in 1 month. It's worth it. But Kyle, you have to furnish the place and that costs a fortune, right? That just depends on what your budget is and how much time you want to put in. For me, I looked on Facebook Marketplace, I looked on Craigslist, I looked at all these places that I could find cheap furniture and do it myself in the beginning. And honestly, by doing that, depending upon the size of your house, you could get away with anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 of just furnishing the place. That's pretty good. But that was in the beginning for me when I had a lot more time. Now I don't have as much time and I'd rather have a professional do it. So I bring in an interior designer that has a reasonable rate. I tell them that I'm gonna have a few different places so I get a wholesale deal from them. And essentially I can get a place furnished for $6,000 to as much as $9,000 or $10,000 if it's a really big place. And that's saving me a ton of time. Plus, it makes it look a lot more professional because they know exactly how it should look. So let's do the math. If you're like me and you're cash flowing $1,300 with one property and you put forward, let's say $5,000 to furnish a place, you're getting all of your money back within 4 months. And if you don't already own a property, I already know what the next question is for you. Kyle, how am I supposed to get an Airbnb if I don't even have enough money to be able to get the furnishing? I've got a secret for you. You ready? You don't even have to buy a house. That's right, you can use other people's properties, maybe even an apartment, to go in there and rent it out, take over the rent, take over the mortgage, and rent it out as an Airbnb. I know you're on fire right now and you're excited to go get your first Airbnb started, and you're probably wondering, what in the world do I do next? Well, here's the deal. You can just go down to the description below, learn more about how you can work with me, but at the same time, if you'd like to just keep on educating yourself, click on this next video, make sure that you are understanding exactly how to find the right location, how you're going to list it, and really what systems to start implementing in order to make this a well-oiled machine and not another job for yourself. Now that you've watched this, you tell me if Airbnb works. I know you'll probably still have more questions. Make sure to comment below and make sure to check out our website, fearlessflipping.com, where you can find so much more information on Airbnb and much more on real estate investing. Thank you for checking this out. Go conquer real estate investing. Go conquer Airbnb investing.